Hello you guys, my name is Crystal and thank you all for tuning in to Chris Codes. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright you guys, so this makeup intermission is going to be different. It's going to be me chit-chatting with you all and a bit of a story time. Okay, I haven't done story times in quite a while. I used to do those on Foolishness Fridays a lot when I first started YouTube. For those of you that watch those videos, you know what I mean. Those are one of the most popular videos I've done though, but I'll get back to that. But this Monday I feel like chit-chatting and doing a story time, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the story, and I'm gonna do my makeup. This video is gonna be quick, so keep up. All right you guys, so I'm a very busy person. When I say that, I mean besides just regular 9-to-5 work, outside of work I'm doing a lot. You know, you all know I just started my online boutique. I do these YouTube videos. I have a weird shopping habit. You know, like I'm busy. So I'm single now. So dating in the pandemic, you know, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Okay. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It's giving ghetto, you know, it's giving unprotected, you know, like killing me with this. I can't help it. That's just how I feel in regards to it. But you know, I feel like it is necessary when you've been out of a relationship for a little while. It's necessary to get back in the dating pool, even if it's, you know, I won't say that. But I feel like it's necessary to get back in the dating pool and things of that nature. So I decided that I'm going to go on a date, right? So I go on a date, y'all. I'm like busy this day too, because it's my off day. I had to redo my braids. Y'all know I redo my braids like every month, and I had to redo my braids. I had to film a video, and not to mention I had got like a few accessories. Oh y'all, we got new watches on the site. Check that out. I'll leave the link below. The link for my website is always below in the description box, so check that out you all. And I should have a sale coming. $50 and up, free shipping, code 50 free ship, code 50 free ship. Shop now. Okay, so yeah, so I was super busy this day, but I was just like, okay, he wanted to do a quick little lunch or whatever that I can do. You know, I don't have a problem with that, y'all. So me, I'm not into cheap dates, especially if like I don't know you, we haven't been dating. You know, it's different when you've been dating someone for a while. So if they want to do a little go grab some ice cream or things of that nature, I'll be okay with that because I know where we stand, you know? I know that you're not cheap, you know? But in this case, we're going to really dissect. We're going to go over the red flags and everything. So in this case, I know, like, if we've been dating for a while, I know that you're not cheap. So I don't mind going and grabbing some ice cream and going and grabbing a smoothie. He tells me this was very quick. Like, it was like literally the day after we met. He was like, oh, let's go get a smoothie. Now, keep in mind, you all, I'm not a serial dater, you know? Like I said, I don't really have much time for that. So I go on a date here and there, but it's not like. So my expectations, I wouldn't say they're sky high, but it's certain things that I expect, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. So he's like, yeah, let's go grab some ice cream. And the first thing I was just like, he's giving me cheap. First red flag for me. First red flag. But keep in mind, my folks be saying I'm picky and all that type of stuff. So I'm trying to be more open-minded. But yeah, so he was just like, oh, well, we can get a smoothie, blah, blah, blah. It's this place downtown. And I'm like, one, y'all know I'm a stickler for like COVID and stuff like that. And downtown Atlanta is giving COVID, you know? But the day, I forgot what day this fell on. This was very recent, you all. But I didn't tell him I do YouTube. So... So he'll never know this would ever be an issue. So he said it's this place downtown that was great, and we should check it out. So I Google it. I Google it, and I'm looking at the menu, the reviews. It was great, and I'm just like, okay. So I'm guessing he couldn't be too cheap. These are like $10-15 smoothies, and you know what I mean. Like, it's not super cheap. Maybe he's just like, you know, wanting to get to know me. You know, it's like, who knows? I haven't really been dating, you know, so I didn't know if it's like different. You know, it could be different. So I told him sure. Because he was an attractive guy. I will say that. I won't take that from him. but it was like he was lacking everything else. Okay, so let's continue. So keep in mind, when we were talking on the phone like the day before or whatever, and he told me he travels a lot. So I was just like, oh, like, do you travel for work? And he said he sells like wholesale packages or something like that, like for people to travel. So it's given like timeshare. You know, I wasn't sure, but that's what it was given. And then he's like, asked me what I do. You know, I told him like the main things, like what people would consider 9 to 5s. I didn't tell him like my stuff on the side, because I feel like that's like information for another day. You know, once you get to know me and stuff like that, then you'll see the other things that I do. But so we go into that, and I told him eventually I do want to be a flight attendant, because I would see being a flight attendant as not like a job, but like a hobby. So I would absolutely love to do that. But he was like, oh, that's lit. We could travel together. You know, and you all get great benefits. He was kind of hinting at the buddy pass, and I'm thinking, you say you travel for a living. He told me he takes 15 vacations a year typically, right? So if you take 15 vacations a year, why do you want my buddy pass? We're speaking about a buddy pass that I don't even have yet. You know what I mean? So it was definitely, I'm thinking that was red flag number 2. But like I said, I don't date much. So I'm like, maybe he's just, you know, trying to make conversation, you know, things of that nature. But it was giving me moochie. Okay? It was giving, with those of you that don't know what moochie is, like moocher, you know, people that like, he begs. Okay. And yeah. So in my defense, these aren't like blatant red flags, you know, punch you in the face red flags. So I was just like, maybe it's not that bad. Like I said, he was a handsome guy. He was very charismatic. And if you're doing timeshare, you better be, you know. Like, he didn't say that's what it was, but that's what it was given. You all get what I'm saying. Okay. So after the fact, it's approaching time for the date. Okay. I get down there. It's not super far from where I live, so I didn't mind. And I finally find parking. I get in there. We're chit-chatting and stuff like that. I asked him, did he get the vaccine? Like I said, you all, I'm like, we're in a pandemic. Those of you that want to say it's not real and things of... Mackenzie, my cat is freaking doing backflips. Yeah, I kid you not, my kitty is like flipping over there. I don't know what she's doing, but anyways, back to the story. So I asked him, did he get the vaccine? I think that's a pretty realistic question, or like a question that you would expect to get in this day and age. Like, people are dying. People are dying.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
So yeah, he goes into no, I didn't get the vaccine. I think all the conspiracy theory talk, and he lost me at no. So I don't even really know what he said between that and that, like between me asking after no, and I'll go into like stuff that I heard. But y'all, I just completely zoned out because I'm like, all I asked you was,
did you get the vaccine?
I didn't ask what you thought of Trump and of the George Bush election and the corrupt government. I asked you if you got the vaccine, okay? That's all I'm asking. He tells me no. He goes all into, after we get our smoothies, he got a smalls, red flag number 3. I should have been running right then. But I thought it was rude. So I thought it would be rude for me to be like, yeah, gotta go, So he got us like these small smoothies. Granted, they were like $8. I wouldn't pay that, but I would expect my guy to pay that. He's not my guy yet. He's not my guy yet, and he would never be. But you get what I'm saying. Like,
okay, big spender.
you know what I mean? I was just like, this is how this date's gonna start, okay? So anyway, so we sit down. He's chit-chatting. He's like, is that a deal breaker? No. And then I didn't answer the question because I wasn't sure yet, So that's typically how I respond to things that I'm like, if I'm kind of like shy about something, or I'm not completely positive, or I don't want to tell you the truth all the way, I just won't respond. I've been like this since I was a kid. So he's like, yeah, so is that a deal breaker? I'm like, And then he's like, well, he brings it up again. I was like, why do you keep asking me that? And then he's like, because you never responded. I was just like, oh. Yeah, I still didn't respond. Because I'm like, it very well may be, but you won't know that until I'm in the car hitting the highway. Okay, y'all. So after he starts talking about the vaccine and all that jazz, he's talking about Trump and what's going on during his election and how, yeah, I'm not gonna go all into that stuff, but yeah, he lost me. I'm not even really a politic type of person, so I was just so not interested. And after the fact, he's like, yeah, you want to walk around, because there was a whole bunch of shops and stuff down there. So I was like, yeah, I don't mind. I don't get out much, and apparently I need to be, outside with you. We can't be in enclosed door. Like, I'm being shady, but you know what I'm saying. So we're walking around, like we find a little bench or whatever, and we're talking, and I'm already thinking this date is horrendous. I'm like, of course I'm still being like, giddy and nice, but I'm just thinking, yeah, no, maybe we could be friends, but no more than that. And we find like a bench outside, and we're like sitting down. There's like this Lululemon down there or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's where we were. And we're just like sitting and talking. So he was like kind of an open book. He probably doesn't know that. And he was like a smooth, like, he's like 7 years older than me. So he's telling me, like, we're just talking kind of like about things that we don't like in our relationships, like in our past relationships. He was telling me about his ex and things like that. And he had said he hadn't been in Georgia that long. And he wanted me, like, he was talking about this girl that he had went on a date with and stuff like that. Yes, y'all. Yes. And he was like, I only date pretty women, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm a good looking guy. So, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, okay. And he lets me listen to a voice recording of one of the girls, like her catch. I guess she caught an attitude with him, because that's another thing he used to do. He would do voice recordings versus like texting you. Like he was a FaceTime type of dude. I already know, like, I wouldn't like that, because I be feeling like you're trying to clock me. Like, I tell you I'm here, but you don't believe, so you gonna FaceTime me. You know what I mean? That's what it gives to me. People that always want to FaceTime. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But he was like, yeah, listen to this. And the girl, I will say the girl was going off, you know? But I was like putting two and two together. And I was just like, you said you were here, you've been here how long? It was like, you said you've been here how long? Okay, you met her when? You know how you be real subtle, but you be just asking questions while they're talking. And I was like, oh, did you all have sexual intercourse? How old is she? When was this message sent? You know, I was like asking questions, and he thought I was just interested in the conversation, but I was reading them, you know? Like, that's another thing. Like, I might be chit-chatty on YouTube, but in real life, I'm not that talkative, especially with people that I don't know. So on the date, he was doing the majority of the talking. I didn't talk much at all. Like, after, did you get the vaccine? I've barely said maybe 10-15 words to the man. Like, after a while, and then I would like go into, even if I did talk, I would go into like talking about something, and I'd be like, it's not important. You know, because I already knew in my head that I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a no. But you know, I was still entertaining. I'm just like, I'm out and about, why not? So I'm asking these questions, and then he's answering them. So I'm gonna tell you like the answers he was giving. So I was just like, how long did you say you said you've been here for, what, like a month, right? And he was like, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I said, so when did you meet her? It's like about a week or two ago. And keep in mind, in the smoothie place, it was more, they sold more than smoothies, but we only got a smoothie, so I'm calling it a smoothie place. He was like, he had went on a date with a nurse or whatever. He gave me boaster, like he was trying to boast and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't know if he thought I would be like impressed by that. I don't know why he told me that, but I was just like, okay, you know how many nurses? Everybody want to be a nurse, you know, like, but either way, I'm not even going to go into that. So I was just like, okay, get around, you know, you've been here a month, and you've been on how many dates? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so you telling me he told me he was looking, you know, he was looking for something serious and blah, blah, blah. Are you sure? I don't know if you're sure. So after the fact, y'all, I'm talking a whole lot, but I promise you my makeup is almost done. So I was like, and you met her when? And then he tells me like a week or two ago, right? And then I was like, and how old is she? Because you got to be young. So, like, for me, I feel like in my younger stages, I would be arguing and carrying on with you. Now, you can't pay me to do that. You can't pay me to argue with you.
We don't care.
You can't pay me to argue with you. You can't pay me to raise my voice at you, okay? I'm just going to ask, are you okay? Period. I'm just not even going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. Like, I don't have energy for it. I don't have the time for it. You know, I'm going about my business. And the way she like blowing them up and stuff, you can't pay me to do that either. Like, you don't want me? That's fine. Someone will. Okay? I'm cute. Period. Like, I'm not about to be doing all that. And not to even be vain, but what God has for me is for me. So if I gotta chase you, that means you're not for me. You're supposed to be finding a wife. How I'm chasing you, but you finding me. You know, it doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make sense. So anyways, so after he answered all these questions, I'm like, okay, you get around. You know, I said it just like that. I was like, oh, you get around. So he's like, no, not. And I like just cut him off because I'm like, yeah, don't sit up here and lie in my face. You know, I didn't ask for the lies. I didn't ask for the lies. I'm not interested in the lies anyways. So I was like, have you have you had, sexual relations? Look at me sounding like Bill Clinton. And I was like, have you had sexual relations with this woman? And then he was like, yeah, and I was just like, okay, so what did you expect? I said, that's what it comes with. Like, make long story short, because we were talking about this whole little scenario, and I was like, yeah, especially at her age, she wasn't too much younger than me. She wasn't too much younger than me, but still, she was 23, he said. So from 23 to 26, it's some wisdom in there. Like, women, to me, I feel like we mature faster than men in general. Some women, but most of us do. So from 23 to 26, you gonna meet a whole nother woman. You meet me at 23, you wouldn't even know who I was now. You know what I mean? So that's how I checked it up to the girl. Feelings was hurt. So I was just like, yeah. I said, what did you expect? And I guess he thought I was gonna be like, oh, she crazy. Yeah, I'm not a pick me. I'm not a pick me. I'm not one of them. I'm not your groupie. No. Like I say, if you sleep with a woman, it's going to be those strongholds, those bonds. And just because it doesn't mean anything to you, doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything to her. And I was like, also, she's probably acting like that or clocking you like that because she thinks you're dating around or, messing around with other people, which you are. And I said that. I'm like, because he is. I was just like, and you bold about it. You talk too much. That's what he don't know. You talk too much. And he's just like, no, I'm not dating around. I'm dating you. I was about to be like, correction. You dated. Past tense. And one date isn't considered dating, okay? It would have to be plural. It would have to be multiple dates for it to be considered dating. So yeah, no. No. Okay. So yeah. So he's talking about that. And he's telling me about the date with the nurse. Or I need to tell y'all about the date with the nurse. He's like, she was kind of like, she threw the whole date off when he told her that he didn't believe in the vaccine. He didn't get the vaccine, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, the whole date, she's arguing with me, about the vaccine and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I wanted to do that, but but I didn't want to be rude. So I was with her on that. I was just like, I'm just listening. When I'm thinking, yeah, I was going to do the same thing, buddy. Like, period. So, yeah. Let me finish. Let me go ahead and set, because I don't want this video to be too long. But, yeah. Dude was just telling all his business. And he didn't realize that he was letting me know he was a thought. You know what I mean? He was a thought. And I don't have time. I said, I don't have time. I don't have time. And the poor little girl that was clocking him on the phone, cussing him out on the phone, I'm just like, you don't want her to say this or do that, but you sleeping with her. That's what gets me about men. Some men. It's like you'll sleep with these women and dog them like that. It's like, but at the end of the day, it's like some men will be men. So it's just like, we have to know that we're not going to be just easy, hopping in the bed after a month. He only been there a month, so it couldn't have been too quick, It couldn't have been too long, excuse me. So, and I let him know that too. I was just like, see, that's why I don't do that. I don't do just casual, I don't do that. No. And he was just like, when the last time? He was like, when the last time? I was like, we're not going to get into that. I said, but trust me, it's been a while. I'm not like, no. And I feel like that's the problem in the dating pool now. People are giving it up entirely too quickly. People are settling for things that they don't like, that they shouldn't settle for. And just to have someone around, you're ignoring red flags. Now, I knew after this first date it wasn't going to be another. So I didn't block him or anything like that, but I didn't text him. He's like, yeah, text me. I said, Of course I didn't. Yesterday, he texted me. That'd be nice. He's like, hey, how are you? I said, I'm great. You know, I'm great. But y'all, we have to know when stuff just don't make sense, you know? It's not enough time in the world to just be wasting precious time on people you have no interest in. If you know it's not gonna work, or you know that that gentleman is not your cup of tea, or that girl is not your cup of tea, you got to keep it pushing. You got to keep it pushing. There's too many people out here. There's way too many people out here to be wasting time. And that's one thing I don't have to waste, and that's time. I think it's precious. So if you want to waste time, that's fine, but it's not gonna be with me. And I tell y'all, like, I'm still, you know, everybody has like bad days. I haven't had a bad day in who knows how long. And I wouldn't even say it was bad per se. It was interesting. It was very interesting. But would I give him a second? No, y'all. And that just shows me, like, because typically I go for older guys, but it just shows me the mindset. It's all about the mindset, because you can meet a 33-year-old that acts like a 23-year-old. And that's sad. Super sad. Yeah. So, long story short, towards the end, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym around this time. I was like, yeah, it's about that time. So I grabbed my purse, and he's like, let me walk you to the car. And y'all, when I was like speed walking, I was speed walking. And I'm a tall girl, I have long legs, so I can walk fast. Sometimes I realize I'm not walking, like I'm walking a little too fast. But at that point, it was too late. I was like almost to my car. And then he was just like, I think I left my glasses in the smoothie place. I was like, oh, you want to check? Y'all, I was so far ahead of this man that I had to like turn around and shout. I was like, oh, do you want to go? I said, oh, do you want to go inside? Y'all, I was rushing to my car, because one, it had, like, I'm telling you, it wasn't a good date, but it was a long date. Like, we was outside talking for a minute, and the majority of it was just him talking. He was just talking a lot and telling me everything I needed to know, though. So it was okay. It was okay. So yeah, I get to my car, y'all. I'm about to jump in my car, and he's like sitting like this, like thing. So I give him, you know, a little church hug, you know, like get your butt out. And then I'm just like, yeah. He was like, just text me. I'm like, huh? Y'all. Make long story short, time is too precious. Time is way too precious, you know, to stick with things that you know is just not going to serve you, you know. And yes, were there enough red flags for me to run at the beginning of the date? Yes. But you know, we still got to be cute. We still got to be classy. If it's horrendous, then we can make an excuse. Oh, I left my phone in my car. Oh, I left this in my car. And then, you know, but if it's not horrendous, be nice, ladies. But at the end of the day, time is precious. And for guys that think a smoothie date is up to par, for guys that go on several dates in 1 week with no vaccine, no. Yeah. So, make long story short, I went home, and that was that, you know. Like, I still I didn't block him or anything like that. Like, I don't know, I don't really be blocking anymore. I'll be like, yeah, I want you to know I'm not responding. You know, but yeah. So if you all enjoyed this little story time, let me know in the comments. I'll try and do more. And yeah, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bell so you be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the look. And I'll see you all for the next video. Bye.
Oh yeah.